I am so glad. Look at these people. They look wonderful. It is so good to be here. I have just come off a 12-city, 7-country tour. Yes, that's the number thing. And I wanted to give some highlights because people, most of you see the show here, but I wanted to give some highlights. In London, we did this show, and John Ronson, who wrote The Men Who Stare at Goats, and Jane Bussman, who worked on Brass Eye, if you know that show. Anyway, she wrote a hysterical book. But they were on the stage, and I made a joke about how I thought I might faint. And then 15 seconds later, I jumped back up because I'm sitting down and jumping up. And then I almost fainted. And all I could think was, go ahead and faint. It'll be hilarious. Because there were 300 people. They would have laughed at me collapsing. You were such a compassionate crowd. Thank you for not wanting me to fucking get a concussion. Secondly, I want to say, in Helsinki, we did the event in Finnish, but the intangibles judge was Jeffrey Eugenides, and he doesn't speak Finnish, so he just happened to be there for his book tour and emailed me. He's like, "You're seriously in Helsinki? Do you want me to do the show?" And I was like, holy shit, that actually happened. And so he judged, and he was talking about like the way the earrings swung on this one woman, and just like how powerful the guy was, and how nothing was in English. It was pretty good. And then the final thing I want to say is in Oslo we did the event, which, by the way, a $6 bottle of water I did not buy, and maybe that's why I was dehydrated after. But they did it all in Norwegian, and the write-up on the site wasn't up for 10 days because I had absolutely no idea what happened. I was just on stage smiling, and every once in a while I'd hear the word Todd, and I'd be like, and then people would giggle. But it was awesome. It was great. So that's amazing. Anyway, it's been weeks and weeks and weeks. What's going on in San Francisco, Alia?
Oh, I haven't been in San Francisco very much at all. I was in Chile and Argentina, and I don't know, I climbed Torres del Paine and sleed, I kayaked among icebergs, I rode horses, trains, planes, automobiles, came back to San Francisco safe and sound, and wrenched the crap out of my back reading. Sitting on my butt and reading a book. This is a high-impact adventure sport, folks. Do not try it at home. Do not read without a spotter. I don't know, but I was checking out the Pulitzer Prize candidates, not winners, finalists, I don't know. And the odd thing is that you would think that I screwed up my back terribly reading The Pale King, because it's like that and weighs about as much as your mother.
It's square, is what I just got out of it. Right? It's a square book.
But yeah, bizarrely enough, it was The Train Dreams, which is like that.
Very light.
Which just goes to show that 115 pages of plot is still more dangerous than 900 trillion pages of footnotes and mental masturbation. There, I said it.
David Foster Wallace, let's kick him always down, guys. He died. We love him.
He can't fight back.
Yeah. This is water, it's fine. One thing, has anybody in this room never been to Literary Deathmatch before? Rounds of applause. Raised hands and rounds of applause. Okay, there's some... Alright, so how it's going to work tonight is we have 4 writers reading their own work for 7 minutes or less. They're going to be judged by 3 all-star judges in the categories of literary merit, performance, and intangibles. We'll introduce them in just a second. They are behind us. And then there are going to be two finalists that compete in a Literary Deathmatch finale so dangerous, I don't know what. And it's going to be pretty fun.
It's more dangerous than reading.
It's more, yeah. You will probably wrench the crap. There will be no more crap in your back after... Forget it's a reference I'm making to what she said that I thought was funny.
They remember what I said, don't you?
But first we have to decide the reading order. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick up that Nerf gun.
Don't do it.
There are 4 writers' names on those darts. And I'm going to shoot them at you guys.
Holy shit.
And if you catch them... then I'm going to have you read it off. If that person wins, you get 2 free tickets to the next event.
And if you don't catch it, you just get a Nerf dart in your eye.
Close your eyes, because this thing is going to come flying out, and we're not in a good lawsuit position. Okay, that's 1. Uh-oh, there's literally a jam. I read about this on the website.
Now this is why we use the squirt gun. We should just be soaking them.
I have a 10:30 flight. If anybody wants to take me to the airport, thank you. Ow! Oh God, Lord! I didn't mean to do that. Whoa, sorry. Okay, that's awesome.
God is not listening to you, Todd.
Okay. I'm glad nobody... Is that Velcro up there? Okay. So reading in the first round, the person over here who I accidentally shot. Yes, you. Joe Quirk will be in the first round. Give it up for Joe Quirk! Joe, don't come up yet. We're just giving you applause right now.
Just stay right there. Thank you.
In the second round, the person right here with the dart. Graham Gremore in the second round. Give it up for Graham.
I don't know what. I'm trying to make this like an arena.
Also in the second round, did anybody over here get a dart?
No one here. Yeah.
Yes, could you scream out that name?
It's a wild card. It's empty.
It's empty.
It's empty.
Let me see if that's true.
Well, the writer who shall not be named.
You, sir, just won yourself 2 free tickets. Todd at LiteraryDeathmatch.com or call me 213-479-7405. Ladies.
You have to drive him to the airport.
Okay, anybody without a blank dart? How did that happen? It doesn't matter. Yes.
Michael Shaven.
You, yes, Michael Shaven is not here. He interviewed.
He's just giving away the show.
But we're giving you 2 free tickets too for being part of that stupid joke that I think is so hilarious. Also in the second round, yes, you, Matt Hurley.
Carolyn Cooke.
Carolyn Cooke in the second round. It's Graham Gremore. And also in the first round, the only other person here with a dart.
So.
It's not the sound of cricket. I can't do crickets. It's the cookie.
I'm saying her last name then. Milliken!
Yeah!
I'm saying her last name because nobody's going to find out her first name until later because that's how we're going to play this. Alright, now I'm going to introduce the judges, which will be somewhat fun for me.
And us.
We all have fun as a group at Literary
Kate's going to kill
Deathmatch.
it. Judging literary merit. She directs Voice of Witness, the acclaimed McSweeney's book series, which chronicles human rights issues through oral history. She lives in San Francisco with her husband, a collection of, it sounds like pianists, to me looks like, collection of plants and a smoker's cough. Give it up for Mimi Locke! Lewis Carroll always had an entourage of prepubescent girls. Marquis de Sade masturbated into a chalice, and F. Scott Fitzgerald was a foot fetishist. With all that in mind, and because we're in San Francisco, I ask you this: what is your literary kink?
Cheese.
Mimi Locke, ladies and gentlemen. Cheese. And judging performance. She's a lawyer and freelance political columnist for The Examiner. Her articles appear on Thursday, so tomorrow is Thursday. Native of Marietta, Georgia. She spends her free time gleefully watching government meetings, hoarding Wildberry Skittles trademark, and using her oven as clothing storage. Give it up for Melissa Griffin! Melissa. Last night I went to Seth Greenland's book launch party. Follow him on Twitter right now, at Seth Greenland, and then mention that you're going to buy his book, The Angry Buddha. He'll be really appreciative. Anyway, and also we're at Lit Deathmatch if you want to just use your phone through the whole show. But last night I was at his party, and he wrote for HBO's Big Love. He was a producer and writer for that. And so it got me thinking on the drive away from the party about polygamy in Utah. So I wonder, if you had the power to assemble 3 writers throughout history to have polygamy sex and birth a Voltron-like literary genius to serve as the anti-Mitt Romney, what 3 writers would you choose?
I thought polygamy was a marriage thing.
I don't remember.
That included sex.
I don't know the definition.
Oh, okay. So
I can't think of another reason to do it. I don't know. You don't do
you
that.
get to live on a ranch.
It's just for the bitching. It's just for the nagging.
And the dresses
it's
and
like,
the braids.
Please nag me, all 5 of you.
Who would be my? That's ridiculous. Okay. Who would be my marvelous donors? Okay, but can we just imagine it sort of not sexual, because I can't think about having sex with.
Oh, you don't have to have sex with them. They have to have sex with one another, but you can choose yourself as one of them.
Oh, well, that's totally different.
Totally different. Polygamy sex.
Okay, well, all right. So my magical threesome.
We have a 45-minute time limit.
Well, you know, that's a weirdly, I don't have an answer ready for that. Okay, it would have to be Christopher Hitchens.
Wow.
And for sure, love him, still love him. Fuck it. Let's see, probably Dorothy Parker, and Florence King.
Holy shit! Ladies and gentlemen, it's Griffin with the win. Thank you, Melissa. And judging intangibles. He's a copywriter, actor, and director who's been a member of a sketch comedy group called Killing My Lobster since 2000. Catch KML's Chops Down, the Family Tree at TJT Theater in Potrero Hill through May 13th. You can also see comedic short films, live sketches, and other weirdness at KillingMyLobster.com. Give it up for John Wolanske! Thanks, John. The writers of RoboCop predicted the future, that Detroit really did turn out that shitty. And, but not even the brilliant minds like Asimov or Bradbury could have predicted you would be voted the most beloved repeat literary deathmatch judge in a recent straw poll. How does it feel?
Christopher Hitchens. How does it feel? It feels... I feel emboldened. Especially when you bring up RoboCop. I feel like, geez, that's like a smash flashback to my 8-year-old self. Feels great. Is that the answer you were looking for?
That's what I wanted to hear.
Christopher Hitchens? No, I won't. Even though I prepared that question. Thank you. It feels great. It's great to be here. How's everybody doing?